हेलो दोस्तों, आप सभी का हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल पर स्वागत है। आज हम लोग देखेंगे ओएनजीसी फाइनेंस एंड अकाउंट ऑफिसर का प्रश्न और उनके उत्तर। तो सबसे पहले हम लोग देखते हैं डोमेन के क्वेश्चन किस प्रकार पूछे गए हैं। तो सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन उन्होंने पूछा है, विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू कंपनीज ऑडिट रिपोर्ट ऑर्डर कार्डो विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट। ऑप्शन वन, a one person company as defined under clause 62 of section 2 of Companies Act 2030 is outside the purview of the CARO. Option 2, company license to operate under Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013 is included in the purview of the CARO. Option 3, banking company as defined under Section 5C of the Banking Regulation Act 1949 is outside the purview of the CARO. Option 4, insurance company as defined under the Insurance Act 1938 is the outside the purview of the CARO. तो सही आंसर इसका हो जाएगा कंपनी ऑप्शन 2, कंपनी लिस्टेड टू ऑपरेट अंडर सेक्शन 8 ऑफ द कंपनीज एक्ट 2013 इज इंक्लूडेड इन द परव्यू ऑफ द कारो, ये गलत कथन है। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट। द अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड आर कन्वर्ज्ड विद IFRS एंड गिवन नेम एज इन IFRS is principle based high quality standard applicable across globe. As per Indian GAAP, the company amortized stock compensation expenses relating to share options on an accelerated basis as compared to straight line basis as per IFRS. Option 4, Indian GAAP is rule based accounting rules for companies operating in India. Option 3 इसका सही हो जाएगा। The law operating to contract is governed by the Indian Contract Act 1872. It comes into force on 1 September 1872. इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा। Which of the following statement is incorrect? The net present value can be sued to select mutually exclusive projects. The one with the lower net present value should be selected. If net present value is greater than 0, reject the proposal. Net present value equal to present value of net cash inflow minus total net initial investment. Option 4, if net present value is less than 0, accept the proposal. तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन 1. with the respect to audit of government public sector undertakings, the power of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India CAG are derived from the provisions of articles section 149 to 151 of the Constitution of India. तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा आर्टिकल्स 149 to 151. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Vertical merger may take the form of forward or backward merger. Horizontal merger is a combination of two or more firms in a similar type of production distribution line of business. Option 3, when a company combines with the customer, it's known a backward merger. In a vertical merger, the companies merge and control the production and marketing of the product. तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन 3. Which of the following statement is correct? Cost Accounting Standard 101 is on प्लानिंग एंड ऑडिट ऑफ कॉस्ट स्टेटमेंट, इसका ऑप्शन 1 ही सही हो जाएगा। एज पर इंडियन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट? एन एंटिटी सेल क्लासीफाई एन एसेट एज करेंट when it holds the asset primarily for the purpose of trading. Option 2, an entity shall classify an asset as current when it expect to realize the asset or intend to sell or consume in its normal operating cycle. ये भी सही है। An entity shall classify an asset as current when it expect to realize the asset within 9 months after the reporting period. ये रॉन्ग है, इसलिए इनकरेक्ट कथन यही हो जाएगा। The Oil Fields Regulation and Development Act 1948 came into force from 25th of October 1949. इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा। With respect to Indian AS exploration for and evaluation of mineral resources, which of the following are the examples of expenditure that might be included in the initial measurement of exploration and evaluation asset? Option 1, acquisition of rights to explore topographical, geological, geochemical and geophysical studies, exploratory drilling, ट्रेंचिंग, सैम्पलिंग। इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन 4 सभी हो जाएगा। अकॉर्डिंग टू कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड ऑन प्लानिंग एंड ऑडिट ऑफ कॉस्ट स्टेटमेंट, blank space means a record of the planned nature, timing and extent of risk assessment procedures and further audit procedures at the assertion level in response to the asset risk। इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा ऑडिट प्लान। ऑप्शन 12 सॉरी क्वेश्चन 12, blank space involve acquisition of public cell company by a private company as it helps private company to bypass lengthy and complex process required to be followed in case it is interested in going public। तो ऑप्शन 1 प्रोडक्ट एक्सटेंशन मर्जर और कॉन्जेनेरिक मर्जर, ऑप्शन 3 रिवर्स मर्जर, ऑप्शन 4 कॉन्ग्लोमेरेट मर्जर। तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन 3 रिवर्स मर्जर। A firm can enter foreign market through indirect export, licensing, contract manufacturing, joint venture, direct investment। तो इसका सभी आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन 3 ऑल हो जाएगा। द कंपनीज एक्ट 2013 was enacted to consolidate and amend the law relating the companies। द कंपनीज एक्ट 2012 was preceded by Companies Act 1956। Which of the following statement is incorrect? डायरेक्ट मटेरियल प्लस डायरेक्ट लेबर प्लस डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस इक्वल टू प्राइम कॉस्ट, ये सही होता है। इनडायरेक्ट मटेरियल प्लस इनडायरेक्ट लेबर प्लस इनडायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस, इसको ओवरहेड में क्लासीफाई करते हैं, ये भी सही होता है। स्टोर्स यूज इन मेंटेनेंस ऑफ मशीनरी, बिल्डिंग ETC लाइक लुब्रिकेंट, कॉटन वेस्ट, ब्रिक्स एंड सीमेंट आर रिगार्डिंग एज डायरेक्ट मटेरियल कॉस्ट, ये गलत कथन है, तो इसलिए ऑप्शन 3 इज इनकरेक्ट। According to the provision of Section 22 of the IT Act 2000, every application for issue of a license shall be accompanied by a certification practice statement, a statement including the procedures with respect to identification of the applicant and payment of such fees not exceeding 25,000 rupees as may be prescribed by the central government। इसका सही ऑप्शन 3 25,000। For claiming exemption under Section 10, subsection 23C, clause 4, 5, 6, 6A, the trust should apply its income or accumulate it or for application wholly and exclusively to the objects for which it is established in case where more than 15% of its income is accumulated, the period of accumulation of the amount exceeding 15% of its income shall be maximum। तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा 5 years। Which of the following are the areas for corporate tax planning? Form of organization, ownership patterns, locational aspects, nature of business, tax planning in respect of corporate restructuring, tax planning in respect of financial management, tax planning in respect of employees remuneration। तो इसका सही आंसर ऑल हो जाएगा। Which of the following legislation shall stand repealed from July 1, 2017, that is the date of commencement of CGST Act? The Central Excise Act 1944, except in respect of goods included in 1984 of Union, the Medicinal and Toilet Preparation Excise Duties Act 1955, the Additional Duties of Excise Goods and of Special Importance Act 1957, the Additional Duties of Excise, Textile and Textile Articles Act 1978, the Central Excise Tariff Act 1985। तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन 2 सभी। स्क्रूटनी असेसमेंट अंडर सेक्शन 143(2) शुड बी कंप्लीटेड विद इन 12 months फ्रॉम द एंड ऑफ द रिलेवेंट असेसमेंट ईयर। इसका सही आंसर ऑप्शन ए 12 months हो जाएगा। अकॉर्डिंग टू cost auditing standard on cost audit documentation, which of the following statement is incorrect? Audit working papers are the documents which record all audit एविडेंस ऑब्टेन ड्यूरिंग ऑडिट, ये सही है. ऑडिट टीम्स मीन्स ऑल पर्सनल इन परफॉर्मिंग एन एंगेजमेंट इंक्लूडिंग एनी एक्सपर्ट्स कॉन्टैक्टेड बाय द फॉर्म इन कनेक्शन विद द दैट एंगेजमेंट, ये भी सही है. नेम्स ऑफ द टीम मेंबर्स प्रिपेयरिंग स्पेसिफिक ऑडिट documents and detail of their review by the cost auditor are not necessary part of audit documentation. नहीं, ये गलत है, ये सही, यही इसका इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट होगा. Which of the following is regarded as non-fund based lending? Working capital facility, bill discounting, bill purchase, bank guarantee, cash credit. तो इसका सही आंसर बैंक गारंटी हो जाएगा. Which of the following statement is incorrect? In amalgamation, two or more companies are wound up and new company is formed to take over their businesses. सही. Amalgamation and absorption are done to be recognize the financial structure of the company and not done to cut off competition and reap the economies in large scale. ये गलत कथन हो जाएगा, इसलिए इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट ऑप्शन 2 ही होगा. Which of the following statement is incorrect? There shall be minimum period of 6 months between the date of grant of option and the date of vesting of the option. ये गलत कथन है, यही सही आंसर हो जाएगा ऑप्शन 1. As per the provision of section 11C of the Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992 relating to investigation, the investigating authority may keep in its custody any books, register, other documents and record produced for 6 months and thereafter shall be returned the same. ऑप्शन 3 6 मंथ सही होगा. With respect to provisions of section 15G of SEBI Act 1992 relating to penalty of insider trading, which of the following statement is incorrect? तो इसका ऑप्शन 3 सही हो जाएगा. Any insider shall be liable to a penalty of more than 10 lakh rupees exceeding up to 25 crores rupees या 3 times of the amount of profit made out of insider trading, whichever is higher. तो ऑप्शन 3 सही. In case of fraud involving blank space, the auditor shall report the matter to the audit committee constituted under section 177 or to the board in other cases within such time and in such manner as prescribed. In case, तो ये किस केस पे होगा? ये लेस देन 1 करोड़ की केस पे हो जाएगा. Which of the following statement is incorrect? GST offers comprehensive and continuous chain of tax. ये तो देता ऑफर GST एलिमिनेट का ये भी करता है. GST will be levied in all supply of goods and service including alcoholic liquor or for human consumption. तो ये गलत है, तो यानी ऑप्शन 3 सही. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Paid up share capital is a portion of called up capital which is paid by the shareholder. ये सही है. The remaining portion of the authorized capital which is not issued either in cash or consideration may be termed as unissued capital. It is shown in the balance sheet. नहीं, ये गलत कथन है, तो इसीलिए ऑप्शन 2 सही होगा. सेक्शन blank space of the Companies Act 2030 provided the auditor of the company at all times shall have a right of access of the books of accounts and voucher of the company. Section 143 subsection 1. Concomitantly, the President of India has promulgated 2 ordinances, namely the Central Goods and Service Tax extension to Jammu and Kashmir Ordinance 2017 and the Integrated Goods and Service Tax extension to Jammu and Kashmir Ordinance 2017, extending the domain of Central GST Act and the Integrated GST Act to the state of Jammu and Kashmir with effect from 8 July 2017. According to section 55 of the Companies Act 2013, no company limited by share shall issued irredeemable preference share or preference share redeemable after expiry of 20 years from the date of issue except of such infrastructure projects as may be specified under the Companies Act 2020. इसका सही आंसर 20 years हो जाएगा. Quantity of inventories and manpower budgeted are regarded as physical budgets. इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा. As per the Companies Act 2030, minimum number of some members required for the private companies except one person companies are 2. सही आंसर 3 हो जाएगा, 2 members. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Internal rate of return is regarded as a time adjusted capital budgeting technique. ये सही है. पेपर पीरियड मेथड इज रिगार्डेड एज अ टाइम एडजस्टेड कैपिटल बजटिंग टेक्निक. तो ये आंसर इसका गलत हो जाएगा, क्योंकि पेबैक पीरियड में हम लोग टाइम एडजस्टेड नहीं करते, वो डिस्काउंटेड पेबैक पीरियड में हम लोग करते हैं. ठीक है. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Deduction under chapter 6A are not available for casual income like winning from lotteries, races, etc. ये सही है. Deduction under chapter 6A are not available for short term capital gain covered under section 111A. ये भी सही है. Deduction under chapter 6A are not available for income from house property. ये गलत है. तो इसीलिए इसका सही आंसर इनकरेक्ट वाला ऑप्शन क्या होगा? ऑप्शन 3. Which of the following statement is incorrect? If the angle of incidence is lower, the rate of growth of profit is higher, and if the angle is larger, the rate of growth profit is lower. तो इसका सही ऑप्शन 1 हो जाएगा, जो इनकरेक्ट है. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Company can act through human agency only. ठीक है, ये सही है. चेंज इन मेंबर्स डज नॉट अफेक्ट एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ कंपनी. हाँ ठीक है, ये भी सही है. कंपनी कैन कॉन्टैक्ट सू एंड बी सूड इन इट्स ऑन नेम. ये भी सही है. ए मेंबर हैज एन इंश्योरेबल इंटरेस्ट इन द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ कंपनी. ये गलत है. ऑप्शन 4 इसका आंसर होगा. सेक्शन 13 ऑफ द NI एक्ट 1881 प्रोवाइड्स फॉर ओनली 3 काइंड्स ऑफ नेगोशिएबल इंस्ट्रूमेंट. The recommendation of Bankruptcy Law Reforms Committee led to the enactment of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016 on 28th May 2016. With respect to charting technique of technical analyst, a white candlestick indicate a bullish trend and black candlestick indicate a bearish trend. तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा white and black. Option 1. According to Section 3 of Foreign Contribution Regulation Act 2010, which of the following statement is incorrect? No foreign contribution shall be accepted by a printer or a publisher of a registered newspaper. ये सही है. Foreign contribution can be accepted by a candidate of for election. ये गलत है. तो यानी ऑप्शन 2 सही इसका होगा. Accounting treatment of expenditure incurred for rejuvenation of petrochemical plant with respect to the above, which of the following is not an opinion of expert advisory committee of ICI? क्या क्या ऑप्शन हम लोग देख लेते हैं. All major subsequent expenditure incurred including cost of replacing various asset of the caprolactam plant should be capitalized. Option 2. Further, at the same time, the carrying amount of those assets that are replaced should be de-recognized as per the de-recognition provisions paragraph 67 and 68 of Ind AS 16. Any fuel and plant consumed for checking and serviceability of existing plant and equipment should not be capitalized as the expenditure, as this expenditure is not required for bringing the plant to an operation condition. Option 4. However, if there are any expenditure on regular repairs and maintenance, the same should be capitalized. तो इसका ऑप्शन 4 सही होगा. Which of the following statement is incorrect? The payer will issue a certificate in Form 15 or 15A the payee, and the payee will get carried of TDS and his tax liability shall be reduced to the extent. यही ऑप्शन इसका गलत है, तो इसीलिए ऑप्शन 1 इसका सही होगा. द SEBI was established in 1998. It got legal character in 1992. तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा 1988. Resource control by enterprises as a result of past events from which future economic benefits are expected to flow to the enterprises as regarded as assets. Blank space for investment proposal is the discount at the equates the present value of expected cash inflow with initial cash outflow called in IRR. internal rate of return. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Analysis of cost. Analysis of cost, the process of locating the factor responsible for difference in actual cost from the budgeted cost and fixing up of responsibility for difference in cost. Option 2, the main objective of cost accounting is to find out the cost of product service rendered with reasonable degree of accuracy. ठीक है. Cost control is the process regulating the action so keep the element of cost within the set parameter. ये भी सही है. Cost accounts are concerned with external transaction between business concern and third party. तो ये गलत है, तो इसीलिए इसका ऑप्शन 4 सही हो जाएगा. Which of the following is not a characteristic of budget? A budget is a written document, ठीक है. A budget help in planning और coordination and control, ये भी ठीक है. A budget detailed plan of the economic activities of business, हाँ. A budget is concerned for a definite past period, ये गलत है, ठीक है. यानी ऑप्शन 4 सही हो जाएगा. एज पर सेक्शन ब्लैंक स्पेस ऑफ द कंपनीज एक्ट 2000, एवरी कंपनी शुड प्रिपेयर एंड कीप इट्स रजिस्टर बुक ऑफ अकाउंट्स एंड अदर रिलेवेंट बुक्स एंड पेपर्स एंड फिनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट ऑफ every financial year which give a true and fair view of the state of affairs of the company. तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा सेक्शन 128. As per the amendment under section 44 AB relating to tax or where a person declares profit and gains of the previous year under section 44 AD and his total sales turnover gross in business does not exceed 2 crore in the previous year, then the provision of tax audit is not applicable. इसका 2 year होगा सही. With respect to guidance note on accounting for oil and gas producing activity issued by ICI, blank space is well drilled as part of an appraisal drilling program which is carried out to determine the physical extent of oil and gas reserve and likely production रेट ऑफ अ फील्ड. इसका अप्रेजल वेल होगा इसका सही आंसर. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट? डिडक्शन अंडर सेक्शन 80D इन रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम इज अवेलेबल टू एन इंडिविजुअल और एन HUF ओनली प्रेसिडेंट. डिडक्शन अंडर सेक्शन 80D in respect of medical insurance premium is available only to an resident individual. Deduction under section 80D in respect of medical insurance premium is available to individual or HUF irrespective of रेसिडेंशियल स्टेटस और सिटीजनशिप. तो ऑप्शन 3 इसका सही आंसर है. विद द रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड ऑन ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ रेवेन्यू इन कॉस्ट स्टेटमेंट CS 24, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट? तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा प्रोडक्ट विथ रिलेटिवली लो वैल्यू प्रोड्यूस इंसिडेंटली इन द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑफ द product of service are regarded as intermediate products. तो सही आंसर ऑप्शन 2 हो जाएगा. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट? एज पर सेक्शन 222 ऑफ द कस्टम एक्ट द टर्म्स गुड्स इंक्लूड स्टोर्स. एज पर सेक्शन 22 ऑफ द कस्टम एक्ट द टर्म गुड्स इंक्लूड बैगेज. एज पर सेक्शन 220 ऑफ कस्टम एक्ट द टर्म्स गुड्स एक्सक्लूड करेंसी एंड नेगोशिएबल इंस्ट्रूमेंट. तो ये करेक्ट इनकरेक्ट है, तो ऑप्शन 3 इसका हो जाएगा. एज पर इंडियन अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड इन AS1 द कंप्लीट सेट ऑफ फिनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट कंप्राइज ऑफ अ बैलेंस शीट ऑफ द एंड ऑफ द पीरियड, स्टेटमेंट ऑफ PNL, स्टेटमेंट ऑफ ट्रेजरी, स्टेटमेंट ऑफ कैश फ्लो पीरियड, नोट्स कंप्राइजिंग, ये सब सभी हो जाएगा इसका ऑप्शन बी. सर्विस बाय एन आर्टिस्ट द वे ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस इन फोक और क्लासिकल आर्ट फॉर्म म्यूजिक और डांस थिएटर इज एग्जाम्प्ट फॉर GST if consideration charge for such performance is not more than 150,000. Which of the following statement is correct? Turquoise rule is related to doctrine of ultravirus. Turquoise rule is related to doctrine of indoor management. तो इसका ऑप्शन 2 सही हो जाएगा. Turquoise rule is related to doctrine of indoor management. The Employee Provident Fund Act is now available to employee drawing pay not exceeding rupees 15,000 per month. According to the provision of section 44 of IT Act 2000, if any person who is required under this act or any rules or regulation made thereunder to furnish any document, return or report to the controller or the certifying authority fails to furnish the same, he shall be liable to a penalty not exceeding 1,50,000 rupees for each such failure. Which of the following statements the Oil Industry Development Act extend to the whole of India? यही सही आंसर हो जाएगा इसका. With respect to ICR valuation standard, blank space is the inclusion of a degree of caution in the exercise of the judgment needed in making the estimates required under condition of uncertainty. तो prudence हो जाएगा इसका सही आंसर. With respect to payment of gratuity act 1970, the gratuity is payable to an employee after he has rendered continuous service for not less than 5 years होगा इसका सही आंसर. The complication of GAAP by the Institute of Cost Accountant of India is a unique effort to record principle and practice in the discipline of cost accountancy in India. What the GAAP stands for? Generally accepted cost accounting principle. इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा. As per section 39 of Companies Act 2030, application money must be at least 5% of the nominal value of share. Option C सही हो जाएगा. With respect to provision of section 15 HA, the Securities and Exchange Board of India 1992 relating to penalty of fraudulent and unfair trade practices, which of the following statement is incorrect? If a person indulges in a fraudulent and unfair trade practice relating to securities, he shall be liable to a penalty which shall be not less than 10 lakh rupees, but which may extend to rupees 25 crore rupees or 3 times of amount of profits made out of such practice, whichever is higher. If any person indulge in fraudulent and unfair trade practices relating to securities, he shall be liable to a penalty which shall not be less than 10 lakh rupees, but which may extend to rupees 50 crore rupees or 3 times the amount of profits made out of such practice, whichever is higher. If any person include in fraudulent and unfair trade practice relating to securities, he shall be liable to penalty which shall be not less than 5 lakh rupees, but which may be extend to 50 crore rupees or 3 times the amount of profit made out of such practice, whichever is higher. If any person indulges in fraudulent and unfair trade practices relating to securities, he shall be liable to a penalty which shall not be less than 5 lakh rupees, but which may extend to rupees 25 crores और 3 टाइम ऑफ द अमाउंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट मेड आउट ऑफ सच प्रैक्टिस विच एवर ही आएगा. ऑप्शन 4 इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज incorrect? Expenses such as depreciation are not cash flows and therefore not relevant. Okay. Any cost which should be incurred whether or not the decision is made are not said to be incremental to the decision. Option 3, for decision making purpose, it is necessary to classify cost and revenue based on whether they are relevant or irrelevant to the decision. ठीक है. The relevant costs are those costs incurred in the past that are essential but differ to alternative course of action. Option 4 इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा. AB Limited budgeted to make 1 lakh unit of product. P. The variable cost per unit rupees 10, fixed cost are rupees 6 lakh. The finance director suggested the cost plus approach should be used with profit markup 25. What will is the selling price? इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा 20. हो जाएगा. Blank space of the Union list of the 7th schedule of the Constitution of India is empowered to levy the custom duty by the central government of India. तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा entry 83. With respect to provision for intimation under section 143, no intimation shall be sent after the expiry of 1 year. इसका सही आंसर फ्रॉम द एंड ऑफ फाइनेंशियल ईयर इन विच रिटर्न इज पेड द पीरियड ऑफ इंटीमेशन विल रन फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ फाइलिंग ऑफ द लेटेस्ट रिवाइज रिटर्न 1 ईयर हो जाएगा. हु इज रिगार्डेड एज अ ड्रॉवर ऑफ ए प्रोमिसरी नोट डेटर पेई बेयर डेटर डेटर इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज द नॉट अ वैलिड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ नेगोशिएबल इंस्ट्रूमेंट होल्डर टाइटल इज नॉट फ्री फ्रॉम डिफेक्ट्स ये इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India recognized the need to have the consistent, uniform, and transparent valuation policies and harmonize the diverse practices in use in India. Constituted the Valuation Standard Board (VSB) on इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा 28 फरवरी 2017. Any rule made under the provisions of the Oil Fields Regulation Development Act 1948 may provide that any contract action thereof shall be punishable with imprisonment which may extend to blank space or with fine which may be extend to blank space or with both. तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा 6 month और 1000. As per the provisions of Sales of Goods Act 1900 the definition of goods does not include actionable claim और money हो जाएगा इसका सही आंसर. With respect to definition mentioned in section 2 of the Oil Industry Development Act 1974, which of the following statement is incorrect? Minerals oil include petroleum and natural gas. ये इसका incorrect हो जाएगा. As per section 14 of 3 of Foreign Contribution Regulation Act 2000 FCRA 2010, any person whose certificate has been cancelled under the section shall not be eligible for registration or grant of prior permission for a period of blank space years from the date of cancellation of such certificate. इसका ऑप्शन 2 सही हो जाएगा 3 years. With respect to TDS on interest other than interest on security section 194 no tax shall be deducted at source by a banking company if during the financial year interest paid payable does not exceed rupees 40,000. The Payment of Gratuity Act 1972 came into effect from 16 September 1972. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Relief for avoidance of double taxation is provided by two ways: bilateral relief and unilateral relief. In order to prevent the hardship or to avoid double taxation, relief is provided to the taxpayer. Generally, income is taxable on two bases: which source of income basis, residential status basis, which results into double taxation of same income of the person. In India, relief for avoidance of double taxation is provided is only bilateral relief way and not by unilateral relief. तो इसका सही आंसर ऑप्शन 4 हो जाएगा. जनरल अवेयरनेस के क्वेश्चन अब देखते हैं. विच स्टेट ऑफ इंडिया हैज़ द लोवेस्ट डेंसिटी ऑफ पॉपुलेशन? तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा अरुणाचल प्रदेश. द ले प्लेस इन द यूनियन टेरिटरी ऑफ लद्दाख वॉज बिल्ट बाई किंग्स ऑफ विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग डायनेस्टीज? नाम ग्याल हो जाएगा इसका सही आंसर. विथ विच स्पोर्ट इज द टू भोकानाल एसोसिएटेड? रोविंग सही आंसर हो जाएगा. एज पर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया द स्टेट शेल प्रोवाइड फ्री एंड कंपल्सरी एजुकेशन टू ऑल चिल्ड्रेन ऑफ द एज ऑफ 6 to 14 years. सही आंसर हो जाएगा. The total number of ministers including the prime minister of the council of members shall not be exceed 15% of the total number of house of the people. इसका सही आंसर 315 हो जाएगा. Which following is the Suga folk dance of Chhattisgarh women act like which of the following birds? इसका parrot हो जाएगा इसका सही आंसर. Who headed the National Commission of the Farmers which recommended that the minimum support price MSP of agriculture crops should be at least 50% more than the weighted average cost of production? MS Swaminathan. Which state of India has the lowest population as per census 2011? सिक्किम हो जाएगा. With reference the Indus Valley civilization in which state is the archaeological site of सुडकोताड़ा situated? तो गुजरात इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट, सुचेता कृपलानी वॉज द फर्स्ट वुमेन चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ एन इंडियन स्टेट, ये सही आंसर हो जाएगा। विच कंट्री वन फीफा फुटबॉल कप 2018, फ्रांस इसका सही आंसर है। विच इंडियन डांसर स्टैब्लिश द इंस्टीट्यूशन नेम कला क्षेत्र फाउंडेशन इन चेन्नई, रुक्मणी देव अनुंदले। With reference of India's independence movement, who was the only president of Indian National Congress who resigned from the presidency even after being elected? सुभाष चंद्र बोस इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा। In which state of in is Sarhul festival celebrated? इसका सही आंसर झारखंड हो जाएगा। In which city is the Summer Olympic Games 2024 to be held? इसका सही आंसर पेरिस हो जाएगा। In which of the following states is the माथुरी folk dance participated? इसका तेलंगाना इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा। Who among the following was given द्रोणाचार्य award 2017 for coaching in boxing? इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा ब्रिजभूषण मोहंती। Which Indian state has the second highest number of Lok Sabha constituency? Maharashtra. With reference to India's independence movement, which Indian personality was given knighthood by the British monarch, but it was returned by him after the Jallianwala massacre? Rabindranath Tagore. With reference to the revolutionaries of the Indian freedom struggle, who among the following led an armed struggle against the British by gathering a band of people from the Ramosi, Bhil, Koli and Dhandar caste in Maharashtra? इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा वासुदेव बलवंत फाड़के। No person is eligible for election as vice president unless he has completed the age of 35. सही आंसर हो जाएगा। नीरज चोपड़ा प्रोड्यूस a second round throw of 87.58 meter in the Tokyo Olympic javelin finals to stun the athletics world and India's 100 years wait for a track and field medal in the Olympics. तो इसका सही आंसर 87.58 मीटर है। The President of India is elected by the members of an electoral college consisting of the elected members of both houses parliament and elected members of the legislative assembly of the states. To which of the following state are the constitutional provisions of panchayat applicable? सिक्किम में applicable है। With reference to India's social reform movement of the 19th and 20th century, who was the founder of Brahmo Samaj in the 19th century? इसका सही आंसर राजा राम मोहन राय है। Who among the following built the famous लिंगराज टेम्पल in भुवनेश्वर? तो इसका जगती केसरी हो जाएगा। सिंगी छम इज अ फोक डांस ऑफ विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेट? तो इसका सही आंसर सिक्किम हो जाएगा। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग रिवर्स फेल्स इनटू द अरेबियन सी? तो इसका नर्मदा हो जाएगा। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज द श्री सल्लम डैम कंस्ट्रक्टेड? तो कृष्णा हो जाएगा इसका सही आंसर। विथ रेफरेंस टू द एग्रीकल्चर पॉलिसी ऑफ द ब्रिटिश इन इंडिया, हु अमंग द फॉलोइंग devised the रैयतवाड़ी सिस्टम ड्यूरिंग ब्रिटिश रूल इन इंडिया? तो कैप्टन अलेक्जेंडर रीड। विद द रेफरेंस ऑफ इंपॉर्टेंट हिस्टोरिकल इवेंट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड which reshaped the world order, which of the following nation was a part of a coalition called Allied Powers in World War II? USSR हो जाएगा इसका सही आंसर। How many members represent in the newly created Union Territory of Jammu Kashmir in the Lok Sabha? 5 हो जाएगा। Which team won the cricket T20 World Cup 2016? वेस्ट इंडीज हो जाएगा। Which of the following इज नॉट ए ट्रिब्यूटरी ऑफ गंगा रिवर, तो मानस इसका हो जाएगा सही आंसर। ठीक है। विच स्टेट इज इंडिया इज द लोवेस्ट सेक्स रेशियो, दैट इज नंबर ऑफ फीमेल पर 1000 मेल्स, हरियाणा इसका सही आंसर है। As per the Constitution of India, every person who is arrested and detained in custody shall be produced before the nearest magistrate within a period of 24 hours, इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा। With the difference of water resources in India, which is the following rivers is not a tributary of Yamuna river, इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा गंडक। With the reference of Indian polity, through which of the following constitutional amendment act 10% reservation in job of a job and educational institution to economically weaker section in the general category has been granted, तो इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन 103rd अमेंडमेंट एक्ट 2019। In August 2021, the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award was renamed as Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratna Award, इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा। Which of the following is an instrument of monetary policy of Reserve Bank of India, इसका सही आंसर हो जाएगा रेपो रेट।